my grandpa was worked for the railroad, and my grandma ran a railroad boarding house. I was too young to remember it, but I've seen pictures of it and stuff. And then I really got into it kind of by accident. I was in the Navy. I was going to serve 4 years in the service and then come out and save all my money, come out and buy some land and start building rental homes. But I came down with bone cancer, so I got put out of the service, and they told me I only had a 7% chance of living, so I didn't really think I'd be living that long. So then I didn't want to go ahead and build houses and things. And then I was driving by this train station over here at Clear Creek, and I don't even know why, but I stopped to look at it, and then on the door was a sign that it was going to be tore down. So I'd save it myself. Started a railroad museum. The haunted house didn't come till later. Really wasn't nothing else to do anyway. We had everything empty, and so that worked out pretty good. Now we had that going for, is it 13 years? 15. This will be a 17th year of the haunted house.
I've seen some things, but I was so little I don't know whether it was or not. And then some things could have been my imagination playing tricks on me.
There's some spooky stuff that goes on, you know. If it is, it is. Cool, even better, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been back there working by myself, and I'll hear voices, you know, and I'll hear things fall, you know, just different noises and stuff, and I don't really pay no attention to it, you know. But when you realize, oh wait, there's nobody in here but you, then, you know, you kind of get a creeped out feeling, but just keep going and hope it keeps going and hope something comes and gets you.
For 20 years, things started coming together really good, and it was a lot of work. It was really hard. It was unbelievably hard and cost a lot of money and everything. But all the way along the way, I made sure I got the right zoning, the right permits and everything, so I wouldn't have trouble. But then after almost 20 years, planning zoning put in a new county-wide master plan. And it called for all businesses had to move into Bloomington. You couldn't have anything out in the county, so they took me to court and tried to make me close this place down and get rid of it. But I had the right zoning, the right permits. But they had us in court 3 years, and before it was done, we lost over $100,000, and we had to sell everything we had. Went deep in debt. We were out of debt at that time. Didn't owe but a couple $1,000s altogether, and had big plans to paint the buildings and fix them up back in '95 when they started. But after 3 years in court, we lost everything. We had to have an auction, sell everything we own.
Oh, the auction about killed my dad. I mean, he worked so hard. We'd went to so many flea markets and auctions all of our lives, finding Monon lanterns, and how cool that was to be able to find one at some flea market somebody even realized they had, and Dad could get it, and had him to watch him sell all of those. He had hundreds of them. It seemed like every place had Monon lanterns somewhere, and he had to sell them all to make his money.
I wasn't old enough to
Yeah, she was just a baby. I remember, I felt so bad afterwards, but he sold my little tractor. It was like this little tractor with pedals, and I loved it, and I remember he sold it and I cried. I was like 7 or 8, and then I got to thinking as I was older, I was like, well, look at all the stuff he gave away and how he felt.
I thought they'd run me off, but they didn't. They didn't know how stubborn I was.
I think my dad and mom's done a real great job about getting back on their feet and making it look nice and stuff and not taking any crap.
Yeah, because I don't think this place is going anywhere, like ever.
He was different, you know. They want all their stuff in town, walking distance, under their control. This place is under nobody's control except his.
A lot of people call us hippies and all kinds of stuff, but I'm just no country boy that's doing what he wants to do.